Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. August 25th, we're giving backpacks away and free haircuts to the community. Come on out, man. Two Sundays from now, excuse me. And September 28th, hold the date. Haven't got the location yet, but this is fucking good. Timothy Bradley is hilarious. Timothy Bradley wants to go viral. Timothy Bradley is Bob Arum's residential Negro. Dog, I covered Timothy Bradley. I know Timothy Bradley. He probably didn't know me too well the first 5 years I covered him. But I've been covering him. I was looking at his box rack, and I've probably been covering him since the Nate Campbell fight. And I remember he fought Lamont Peterson thereafter. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And all these fights were either in deep in the desert in Los Angeles or in Las Vegas. I don't think he ever fought on the West Coast. I mean on the East Coast ever, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember Bob Arum calling my editor, telling me to go cover him. And so I've been covering him since 2009. I've been covering the Nate Campbell fight since 2009, right? And it's 2019. Maybe it was Kendall Holt. No, it wasn't Kendall Holt because I'm looking at the box rec now, and that was in Montreal. But I think my first fight was either Nate Campbell or Lamont Peterson. Forgive me for not remembering, right? But anyways, man, this motherfucker said he's ducking us. PBC has been in existence for 5 years, let's say. Manny Pacquiao, let's go backwards. Manny Pacquiao, Brandon Rios, Jesse Vargas before 2015 before he signed. Diego Chavez, I think he's like a free agent. Manny Pacquiao again. Marquez, Provatnikov, Manny Pacquiao, and the list goes on. He's never fought a PBC fighter. How the hell? Who gives you the right to say there's no such thing as side of the street? You didn't fight Errol-Spence when you was his mandatory. You retired, right? You never unified. Man, come on, man. Can we just cut the bullshit out? Timothy Bradley is doing all of Bob Arum's dirt. I ain't gonna lie. Bob Arum told him to say this. Bob Arum lectured him, sat him down, handcuffed him to the chair, and said, I need you to speak up for Terence Crawford. If you don't speak up against Terence Crawford, you can't eat, you can't get your paycheck, and we're not giving you any water. And you're going to have to drive back to San Diego. We're not flying you back from Philadelphia. dog, this is insane. Now, I agree. By the eye test, Terence Crawford is a hell of a fighter. Right? But come on, y'all. Cut it out. When Bob Arum had the bullets and the gun, Timothy Bradley, you never complained about your pay-per-view check from Manny Pacquiao. You never complained. Never ever did you complain. You didn't say, well, Floyd should be having this fight. I want to see the best fight the best. I want to see Floyd Mayweather fight Manny Pacquiao. You never said that shit. Dude, Timothy Bradley, you might have inspired me to go to the weigh-in next Friday the 16th. You might have inspired me to do that, man. It's literally 2 miles from my house. Bank of America, Bank of California on Figueroa and King. I might just catch an Uber there. It's only going to be a $7 Uber ride instead of paying for parking. I might just do an Uber ride there. No more than a $10 Uber, $20 round trip. I might do an Uber ride there and pull up on you. You know what I mean? Because this is just insane. I just can't believe people I haven't heard the full interview. Oh, shout out to AB Boxing News. I apologize. Shout out to AB Boxing News. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel. And, but it's just incredible that that he just gets off like this. How come people don't ask? I haven't watched the full interview because it was talking. I got to go back to AB Boxing News and catch the second half of that interview. But Errol-Spence, you are officially ducking Terence Crawford. And guess what? They know you're fighting Errol-Spence. They want a piece of the pie. They want a piece of your shine, nigga. They want a piece of your shine, King. That's all they want. Terence, okay. I have a real confession to make. I have a real confession to make. I didn't title this the video of what actually happened because I didn't want I didn't want Terence Crawford to know what really, really happened, right? So, remember that video I have of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence sitting ringside? And I just watch people. Every fight, I just watch people characteristics, right? I'm always on the floor, running around, doing my shit. You know, I mean, especially if I get there early, I can run around, get interviews, see where people sitting and politic and do what I need to do, right? Terence Crawford intentionally left before Errol Spence can cross his path. If you listen intently, you can hear people say, wait for Earl, wait for Earl. Go back and watch my video from 2 weeks ago. He intentionally walked really fast and got out of the aisleway because if he just stops and wait, Earl Spence will walk to him in a matter of 4.5 minutes maybe. But Terence Crawford intentionally moved forward. Now, I'm not saying Terence Crawford was afraid. I'm not by any means. But if Terence Crawford want to make that fight, you do what it takes to make the fight. Shane Mosley did it. Right? Sean Porter did it to Danny Garcia most recently, right? Luis Ortiz did it to Deontay Wilder. Dominic Brazil did it after he knocked out Negron or somebody. He called out Deontay Wilder when he was holding his daughter in the front row, ringside. So you got to do what you got to do to make the fight. You know what I mean? You remember when Bernard Hopkins egged Shane Mosley on? Y'all remember that scene? That's one of the more iconic scenes ever, right? Don't disrespect me. This is my night, you know. Boy. Oh, man. So, at the end, dude, Timothy Bradley is long gone. They called him Uncle Ruckus. Who's that sheriff that supported Donald Trump with the hat from Wisconsin? I think he's from 78's hometown. Hey, dog. Timothy Bradley wanted me to do a video. Yeah, you could tell he was joking. Yeah. He's ducking him. He was talking to me. I'm not saying talking to me. He was talking to the audience. You understand? Not me per se, but it sounds good when I say me, right? He was talking to this audience. He wants to go viral. He wants some attention. He wants to watch. He wants to watch YouTube while he's flying. While he's flying first class, you know, he got that. He got that real good Wi-Fi in first class. You know what I mean? Timothy Bradley, dog. He's on the plane right now. Oh, he's probably leaving first thing in the morning. They probably got a noise ordinance like most cities, so you can't fly this late, can't take off. But it's an international airport, so maybe you can. But anyhow, uh, yeah, man, it's just I supported Timothy Bradley. Damn, I drove all the way. I used to drive all the way to Caliente, and I don't know where he fought at. You know what I mean? He fought at all them fucking desert casinos and shit like that, building his brand up. And damn, Timothy Bradley. What has happened to Timothy Bradley? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't. I don't even interview Earl Spence anymore. It's like a conversation now. I enjoy just talking to Earl Spence. He's, uh, I guess I'll see Earl Spence fight week and I'll ask him for an interview or a conversation and we'll just sit and talk and politic because this is just insane how people just want a piece of the pie, had a piece of the shine. They doing it. You know why Timothy Bradley's mad? Covered, he just flew out to Philadelphia, covered two fights, no disrespect to that card, but that card meant nothing to the sport, meant minimum to the sport of boxing. That's what he's mad about. He's mad about that. He just covered a top ranked card that had minimum value to the sport of boxing. He's sitting there pissed. Why the fuck am I here? This makes no sense. Why am I the bottom nigga on the totem pole? How come Andre Ward ain't here? How come Mark Kriegel ain't here? I don't know if they were there. I didn't see them doing interviews. But why is Mark Kriegel, Joe Tessitore not here? Why am I the only Negro here? Are you mad, Timothy Bradley, because Errol Spence don't like your cousin Ray Ray? Timothy Bradley, don't you ever let a white man do that to you ever again on national TV. He looks like your cousin. Man, you better You better look at him square in the face. At the next TV timeout, you say, don't you ever do that shit again. You understand me? Don't you play these fucking racial undertones and these fucking stereotypes on national TV ever fucking again. You hear me? This motherfucker publicly embarrassed you in front of a few million people. And imagine what the replay is on YouTube and all that shit on Instagram and social media. You say, oh, he does look like one of my cousins. I do got family in Louisiana. Get the fuck out of here, dog. I might pull up on him and what's the white guy name in charge of media credentials? What's that nigga name? Evan Cornball. I need to see Evan Cornball. I need to see him, dog. I need to see him. I gotta see this dude. I'm excited. I'm inspired. I gotta pull up on this dude. Evan Cornball, you're gonna be 2 miles from my city, dog. Dog, Timothy Bradley is just full of Timothy Bradley. He's ducking him, dog. You fought Manny Pacquiao 3 times and enjoyed every fucking paycheck. You was having so much fun fighting Manny Pacquiao. You did a backflip when he knocked you down. You didn't give a fuck. You know the pay-per-view checks was guaranteed. Man, get the fuck out. If you want the best to fight the best, you should have turned down the Manny Pacquiao fight and encouraged Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum to make the Floyd Mayweather fight and tell Manny Pacquiao to take the blood test. Barbershop conversation. Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley. Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, man. Man, you've officially been. I can't say that, but I'm just gonna say Timothy Bradley. You're not good on any MLK Boulevard. You're not. I'm gonna repeat this again. Timothy Bradley, you are not good on any MLK Boulevard, and we should have saw this coming. Timothy Bradley changed this tune about 3 years ago. He's going to remember this too. When I had to ask his brother-in-law and or his wife to interview him. I couldn't believe that. I was sitting there like, I was confused. Not confused as I don't know what to do, but I was perplexed. Like, this motherfucker who has no fan base is telling me he was a 5-time world champion for all 5 of his kids. A belt for all 5 of his children. I remember that vividly. But 5-time world champion, excuse me. And what was he, 3-division, 5-time world champion, somewhere in there? And why is this important is because, anyhow, man, I'm not even going to get into that. But, man, fuck it. 13 minutes is long enough on you, Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley wants to go, yeah, he's ducking him. That was so phony. Timothy Bradley, you ain't fooling nobody. Timothy Bradley, when you get pulled over by the police, you're still black. Okay? Don't ever fucking forget that in your fucking entire life. If you get pulled over, okay, you are still a black man being pulled over by a white policeman. Don't you ever fucking forget that. All right? And stop taking bullets for Bob Arum. Well, maybe you should. He gave you fucking 4 pay-per-views. Barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you soon.